Well, I think there's some truth to that. See, I'm here in the aftermath. If dreams are disasters, then I am here after the fact. I'm here in the night.
Hello and welcome back to Listen to This, a podcast about music, for music, and everything in between. My name's Alex.
And I'm Dani.
And we're actually going to be doing a throwback today because we're going back to a topic we haven't discussed since episode 3 of season 1. I think I have that accurate.
Yeah, I think it is.
We're gonna be diving back into remixes. Admittedly, I don't fully remember everything we talked about 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, whatever. So it's possible we'll repeat ourselves a bit, but I feel like we have a lot of new things to add to it, regardless.
Oh yeah, and kind of new places we're taking it from. Because I was joking before we were recording about how we used to get a lot of our remixes from like YouTube, but now it's like straight TikTok, and just kind of the changes in remixes that we hear now opposed to like back in 2010.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, just by, arguably genre, like inherently, I think a remix you would associate some kind of electronic aspect to it, but there's other versions which I personally have examples of. But for now, Dani, what have you been listening to?
Oh God, you put me on the spot.
I know.
I've literally been listening to Clarity since last time we did the episode. I don't know, it got stuck in my head. Are you not surprised? Are you not entertained? But so speaking of TikTok, I finally downloaded Wait a Minute by Willow, and the band that I don't think I could ever pronounce. You try this. Wait a minute, it's right above the green line.
Ardipithecus?
Sure.
Ardipithecus, I assume.
I think you're on the right track because my mind goes. I'm like,
my favorite music group.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not right.
I can't believe they're headlining.
Oh man, it's really hard getting into music and like seeing all these bands with really great names, but I just can't read it. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense in my mind, but don't make me speak it aloud because I'm not going to be able to do it.
Dani, I think the entirety of our audience knows that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been our version of a meme for you since season 1.
Yeah. Oops.
Anywho, but okay.
But, and then Florence and the Machine is coming out. I think they just dropped the album. I think it's called Love. But some of the singles from it was My Love, and there's a Dave Glass Animals remix. And I really like it because they don't really take over the whole song. They just add more of a beat to the background, and I love it. Okay. Magnetic Moves by Katie Toupin. Toupin? Toupin. I think I'm right. Toupin.
My actually knee-jerk reaction guess would be Toupin.
Toupin? Okay.
But who knows? Who knows?
That's a good one. 5 Seconds to Summer is coming back. They just released a single, Take My Hand, and I love 5 Seconds to Summer so much. I love them. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just been that and Clarity. And throwback. So I was in my car driving around, and I had a Five Finger Death song Five Finger am I having a stroke?
5 Finger Death Punch song.
Thank you. I'm having a stroke. No, but that came on, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't heard this song in so long. And then right after it, my Spotify played an Evanescence song, Call Me When You're Sober.
Oh.
That song came on, and of course I had to try and belt it out, and I'm just like flashing back to when I was like 8 in my mom's car trying to sing along, and I now have a new appreciation for my mother and everything I've put her through as a child. Because Jesus Lord, trying to sing that song as an adult, and you're just like, oh God, my poor mother.
Yeah, thinking of the subject matter. I mean, like, isn't that song written about the lead singer of Seether? Because he and Amy Lee were married.
I think so, but just like whole goth rock genre, they just hit almost opera style notes where they have a full swing in their like vocals. Mm-hmm. That normal people cannot hit no matter how hard they try. Yeah, let alone an 8-year-old who's just like, I'm on American Idol. Like, oh God. I have such an appreciation for that song though. Yeah. And that music video. I love that music video.
I've never seen the video. I like the song a lot. That's like one of the few oh my God. What's their album, their famous one?
Going Under? No, I think that's a song from it.
Fallen.
Uh-huh.
That is one of the few non-Fallen songs that I like and really enjoy.
Yeah.
Or know and really enjoy, rather.
I think that's one of the first instances in a music video that I remember, like, you know, it's like, I think it happened a lot in like R&B and stuff, but you always have like a girl walking across the table and everything's flying off the table.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time I ever remember that happening in a music video was actually that one, the Call Me When You're Sober. And it was such a cool thing to see when you're like 8 or 9 and you're just like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Like it was really well done, actually, thinking back on it. Like that music video kind of holds up.
Hell yeah. We should do another music video episode.
Oh, just let me know when. I have too many, and I promise clarity will not be mentioned again.
We'll see about that. You know, I also always associate, for obvious reasons, the song "You Never Called Me With Your Sober" with the Pink song "Sober."
Yeah.
Because I mean, admittedly, it's like you could argue it's the same themes from different perspectives, I guess. But like to the point where I kind of forget. I will take lyrics from the Pink version and apply it into the Evanescence one. And I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Why doesn't that sound right?
Be like, wait a minute. Oh man. So what have you been listening to?
Well. So a few people have released new songs. One that is also admittedly big on like TikTok and Reels and stuff like that is by the guy Swayco.
That sounds familiar.
He has his big song right now because he's doing the open verse challenge, or he was. I haven't had TikTok in a while, but like he was doing the open verse challenge of his song Drunk Dial. Mm-hmm. And like, you know, he would sing the chorus, then, you know, hold the mic out for someone to duet it and whatever. But the music video dropped, and so then I finally heard the whole song, and I'm like, I'm actually a pretty big fan of it. It's the modern version of pop punk again. Like, so there's a lot of hip hop inspiration in there.
Yeah. So
like someone who's like all about just the punk rock aspect of it probably won't find it very enjoyable. But I thought it was a good time. Also, 3 Days Grace has a new album coming out soon. Now that's a name I hadn't heard of in a while until I saw an ad for their song Neurotic, the lead single off the album, or I think it's the lead one, maybe it's the second one. And I did some cursory research on 3 Days Grace, and I didn't know this. The lead singer left, and now it's the singer from Crutch, the Crutch band, 30 Foot Crutch,
1,000 Foot Crutch.
1,000 Foot Crutch,
yeah.
Courtesy Call. It's the only song I know by them. But yeah, so he's their lead singer now, which is, I mean, he sounds fine. His voice is a bit higher, so it's a little less gravelly than their OGs. But like the song Neurotic sounds pretty good.
Well, it was funny too. Like I found out the lead singer of Muse left. And
really?
Yeah. So there's a new person singing it. So now their sound is kind of changed to be from like more like kind of that indie rock genre to like more. It's a little bit heavier with the guitar and the drums. And I remember listening to him, like, I don't know who this is. And then on the radio, I was like, oh, that was Muse's new song. And I'm like,
Are
but
you
that's
sure?
that's not the right voice. And I guess Ty was like, yeah, the lead singer ended up leaving, like, I want to probably around the pandemic time, I think.
Oh, so it's been that way for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now they have new music coming out with it, and I don't know how I feel about it. But to be fair, I only know like 3 songs from them, and one of them is Supermassive Black Hole from Twilight. So like I wouldn't really call myself an expert or anyone who should have any weighted opinion about the band.
That doesn't disinterest me at all, because one of the biggest reasons I couldn't get into Muse is because of how the original lead singer sang. Yeah. I hate how like the instruments would be following a tempo and whatever, and they'd be going long, but he would be doing something different. And it's like, dude, like you're 4 beats behind, which I get was their style. Not people were into that. For me, it was jarring.
Yeah, that's fair.
Even like don't get me wrong, there are a handful of Muse songs I like. I really adore the song "Time Is Running Out," but I still like "Uprising." I still like "Madness."
I love "Uprising." I haven't heard that song in so long.
That was the first Muse song I ever actually. I don't know if it's the first one I ever heard, but it's the first one I ever like really noticed, and I was like, "Who's this band Muse?" And my father liked them. Like some, I don't know. But with a new lead singer, maybe he'll sing differently, and I can get more into them.
He already does kind of sing differently, so I think you probably would.
Okay. Also, Velveteers released a new song. It's every time she releases a new song, it's always pretty different. This is much more of like a very fast tempo garage rock song almost, but with and I asked a huge Lana Del Rey fan who agreed with me. Her vocals sound like Lana Del Rey slightly, so it's like she has this breathy, distant, airy quality.
Yeah.
That's made lo-fi over the hi-fi instrumentation of the guitars and drums, of the electric guitars and drums, and it sounds really cool. My only problem with it is that it's less than 2 minutes long, and I'm like, I want more of that. Do
more.
more
That
of it.
actually sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's called I Hate Us. I don't know if I said that. I Hate Us. Also, do you know the band Goldfinger?
I don't think so.
They were big in the, if it's not late 90s, it's like 2000 or 2001 for their song Superman. It was in like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. So here I am, doing everything I can. You know that one?
No, but I just love how we finally referenced Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Pro Skater?
Pro Skater on this podcast. Like, we finally have done it.
That game, that showed me so much music. Anyway. And then also Crazy Taxi. That's how I discovered Offspring. But no, that's not true. That's not true. That's not how I discovered them. That's how I really started knowing other songs by them.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Goldfinger released an album back in 2017 called The Knife, and I only knew one song on that album for like 2 years called Tijuana Sunrise. And then I was cooking, and a guy who's really into ska music had to control the speaker and just kind of played the album. And I found 2 other songs, one of which features Mark Hoppus, throwback to like 2 episodes ago. And there's the songs Who's Laughing Now, and Who's Laughing Now especially, but See You Around as well. It's like, those are 2 songs I'm like, damn, I still like ska. I'm not going around skanking or anything, but like I'm still a fan of that. For context, skanking is the dance move to ska music.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need context real fast.
I'm not throwing this ass in a circle, okay? I'm just listening to music and dancing.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much everything I had going on recently. And actually, so a good segue to our topic at hand is, I don't think we mentioned this at all in the previous remix episode, but a song we talked about last episode with Ty, and the song that I opened the episode with, is I didn't know we actually have the remix of Macarena. The original Macarena is like more of like a poppy guitar piece, and it's all in Spanish. Then Bayside Boys did a remix of it for American audiences, and that's what we have.
Oh, whoa. And
also the girl who sings on it, she
Wait, there's a girl?
When I dance, they call me Macarena. The girl who sings in Macarena.
I guess I've always just either have not paid close enough attention to the song, or by the time her part gets on, I'm like running away.
Yeah, she's the one who's saying like, my boyfriend sucks and never pays attention to me, so I'm going to dance with other guys.
Huh.
Well, so the girl who did it, apparently, like, she signed some contract where it was very much a one and done deal, because it was just for some remix to play in a club, and the song blew up, and she hasn't gotten like any royalties from it at all. Which is kind of a bummer, but yeah. So a remix. I'm going to start off with a different style of remix, just because I don't really know where this would apply to things. Mm-hmm. But just going with the TikTok version of remixes and stuff. There it is. There's a song that's really big on it still kind of gets used from time to time, and it's used for very sweet, emotional, heartwarming things, called Hadala Hebek, which is, it's Arabic. Mm-hmm. And I want to say the dude's based in Egypt, but don't quote me on that. I haven't done research in a while. But his name is Issam Al-Najjar.
You did so much better than I ever could right there.
And his song is very much an acoustic, not fully acoustic. There's slight drums in it, but very much like a guitar pop. I want to say love song. I haven't translated the lyrics, but from what I've read in comments, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. But the song for social media gets slowed down, and then the chorus is used for like those big heartwarming moments. I'm hoping you would have heard of it. I have no idea if it's on like Reels or anything, but I know it's on TikTok a lot.
That's so cute.
But it gets slowed down to
yeah.
And like there's usually like a bloom effect to make the thing seem brighter and more and warmer and happier as the puppy runs to the new owner's arms or whatever.
Aw.
And that does count as a remix because someone had changed the song a bit. Now, admittedly, I think all they did was slow it down, so that's kind of the same philosophy as Nightcore, where hey, we'll speed it up and it's suddenly a remix of a song. But it's when it comes to TikTok remixes, that's where my mind goes usually.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like that's the main difference between like 2010's YouTube and TikTok now is 2010's YouTube really tried to take the song and completely change it in some way, whether they just kept the lyrics as they were, but they changed the whole background song, or they like messed with the lyrics and so on and so forth. TikTok is a lot simpler, where like they mash up like a few songs, but then they slow everything down, and I kind of like that a little bit more. Like it's a little bit like there's a Doja Cat song that I really liked. I think it might be Streets, or I can't get it to you, one of the two, but they slow it down and it actually sounds so cool. But then on the flip side, you have there's a mashup of I think it's just called Pony. Everybody knows it's the Magic Mike song. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, but it's called Pony, but they mashed it up with a Britney Spears song, and it's surprisingly like good enough that now it's on my playlist at work somehow for like Summer Vibes 2020. Okay. And I feel kind of weird about it, to be honest. Like TikTok remixes are getting so popular, they're being put on Spotify brand playlists.
I bet. That doesn't surprise me at all. I might cut this out of the episode. The only Britney Spears based TikTok one that I know of, because I swear to God someone showed it to me. I did not go out of my way seeking this. Someone mixed Toxic with the beat to the Pornhub intro. and it was I don't think this will come back to bite anybody on the ass. It was one of my employees at work. He was showing me a video, and then that was the musical background to whatever the scene was.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this is kind of a cool remix. And he's like, you don't know what that beat's from? I'm like, shut up. I know what that beat's from.
And here's me, I didn't know Pornhub had an intro.
It was used all the time in like memes. Don't you remember that era when everything was a screamer video? It'd be like, turn up your volume to hear the thing, and all of a sudden, I
fell for that once. And then I never turned my volume. My volume has been 0 since that day.
That era.
I don't touch any video now that says like turn your volume up. I automatically don't believe it.
I have so many memories of being on break at the cafeteria with my stocking staff, and we're just on our phones, and all of a sudden I hear and Sean Corley going, God damn it.
God damn it.
So it was used in videos with that.
Huh.
The more you know.
I guess I just didn't get past the screaming part before I started like muting my...
As soon as you hear a loud moan, you're like, I'm gonna kill myself. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Especially when both of your parents and your brother are in the living room, and I'm like...
What you up to over there?
I'm like, it's this, it's not, it's this. I swear to God, I'm just amazing. On Facebook.
Shout out to Vicky.
Yeah, she's put up with so much shit from me. God, it's kind of ironic that Mother's Day was just like... last month or this Sunday, this last Sunday that we're recording. Dude, for real. I don't know. Maybe I think I've just been in customer service mode for too long that switching back into like normal Dani personality, like it just didn't cross over all the way. So I'm like malfunctioning.
Shit happens. I'm not sure if this counts as a remix. It doesn't. It counts as a sampling, but for some reason I'm thinking about it. Jason Derulo's song "Savage Love," which it samples the musical melody to that one song that was used all throughout.
He has a habit of doing that because he did that to the other song "Jalebi Baby."
Oh yeah, I don't know if I've heard that, but I heard that song, but I've heard people talk about it.
Yeah, there's an original version and then Jason Derulo's version, and that blew up on TikTok. And Demi Lovato, like a lot of her Cool for the Summer specifically is coming back in a bunch of like TikToks and reels and stuff where they slow it down and now there's like a dance to it, and of course do sometimes the like the actual music from Pony also all of a sudden pops up again, and I'm like, what is with people in this goddamn song? Oh my God, Magic Mike has cursed us.
I actually don't know what that song you're talking about.
I feel like
maybe I've heard it before.
I think you have, because like since Magic Mike, I've heard this song everywhere, and apparently this also came out in 1996.
Oh, I do know this one. Yeah.
It's called Pony by Genuine. I think it's Genuine.
Yeah, Genuine. Huh, okay, yeah, no, I've heard that in a handful of them.
Yeah. That is...
If I had to guess, that song is about, like, riding him like a pony, or riding her like a pony, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
There's a reason it was in Magic Mike. But one of the songs that I really like that I would consider, like, a full song remix, even though it still keeps, like, majority of the original beat and the lyrics, is Candy Shop by Cryjax Jr. Charles. It literally, I don't know why it's so much better than the original. I feel like they just pumped the bass up, and they pumped up a lot of like the bass sounds, so it sounds kind of like a whole different song, but also a song you're like, I know exactly what this song is.
You're talking like, I'll take you to the candy shop.
This is the version now. This is the TikTok's version. They just added more layers to it, but it sounds so good.
Yeah, no, that's like a...
It sounds like it'd be in a spy movie. I don't know why. See?
Yeah, that has like it has a grime aspect to it, or not grime, but like a grungy, dirty, dank like I would hear that at a club that's underground.
Yeah, I was gonna say a basement club.
Yeah, basement club easily.
But yeah, so that's when I
could
heard
dance
it.
That.
Like...
And damn, yeah, you are on Spotify when you're pulling up these remixes. They really are. It's like
yeah, they're
into it,
all over. And I know there's there's playlists on SoundCloud of where a majority of the like new TikTok remixes are, but I still don't use SoundCloud that often. So it's kind of funny that it just pulls it up on Spotify now.
Yeah, I mean, and that's actually really noteworthy, because I'm pretty sure we did mention this in the last one, but I'm going to bring it up again. Like they're I mean, still to this day, I suppose, but especially back in that 2010s, like it was a really common thing to release an entire album of just a single and all the remixes of all the different DJs did of it. And nowadays that isn't really as necessary, because you don't have to have like an official, iTunes or Spotify release. You can just post it online anywhere. You don't have to like, you don't have to try to get yours into a remix compilation with like Zed and Illenium or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you can just have it be your own thing, and then it can blow up on its own. Which I mean, I think is definitely for the better. It gets more amateur musicians out there.
Yeah, and like you don't need big money to kind of back you when you do things like iTunes and Spotify now. You just need to post it pretty much.
Yeah, you just need the platform to post it, and it'll find its way out there. Yeah, I like that a lot, especially because there were a bunch of people who, back in the day. Like one example, just going off of what I said before, Illenium, like he got pretty big from making remixes of songs, and then was given the chance to do his own thing. And then, admittedly, even after his debut album, he was still doing remixes for people. He has one of my favorite remixes of the Chainsmokers song with Daya. Don't Let Me Down.
Yeah.
Don't Let Me Down. He also did a... No, that's not true. That's not him. That's not Illenium. That's like Auchenhofer. He did a remix of Trap Queen by Fetty Wap, and it's really damn good, actually.
I don't know anything of Fetty Wap besides just that song, and I think there's like a second song he released right after that, and I know nothing else about Fetty Wap.
And he did Save That Money with Lil Dicky.
Oh God.
Okay, well here's a question for you then.
Okay. Can
you think of a remix song that isn't a remix of a hip hop song or a pop song, like a rock, like it can still be an electronic hip hop remix, but that the original song was like rock or jazz or bossa nova?
Offhand, I don't think I can, and it's gonna bother me because as soon as I leave is when I'm gonna be like,
oh, of course,
yeah.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, okay, I suppose you... No, I was gonna say Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne, not Black Sabbath. I was gonna say that gets remixed, but no, that just gets sampled in a bunch of shit. I was about to censor myself and stopped it mid word. I was thinking shit. Thought, oh, I should say stuff, and then it came out as shit. Anyway.
I think we're both on a different kind of struggle train today.
Yeah, honestly, let's just remix this episode. This whole thing is gonna be redone by a friend of ours.
But yeah, there was one other one that I thought of. I think it's just interesting that like everybody's kind of bringing back like Britney Spears and Demi Lovato and like just random artists from different times in their career and making it popular again. Because it's like once one goes off, the other, it's all across the board, whether it's TikTok or Instagram Reels.
And I mean, I think that actually is a testament to what those platforms are. I mean, like, I can't think of anybody who wasn't in the scene who was like an outsider to the scene who actually knew Simple Plan's "I'm Just a Kid." Well, a platform like TikTok and Instagram Reels can bring that back. Or like, I mean, Britney Spears' "Toxic" has always been pretty out there, but that's been brought back. A handful of other things, I'm sure, but like, there was really no platform that did that except for in niche audiences, whereas TikTok is bringing it to many different niche audiences. Like,
everyone's literally sharing everything. It's not just going to one group anymore.
Yeah, it actually is reaching a broader audience. Now, admittedly, I never used Vine. Perhaps Vine was also good for that. I don't remember it being. I only remember Vines for comedy videos. Yeah. And even then, I never began looking into Vines until after the app that was already defunct. Like when it was actually happening, I wasn't part of that at all. Not out of like malice or whatever. I just didn't use Vine.
Yeah. I don't think I did either.
So I can't think of anything musically from that, but.
Oh, another really good song, though, that I got from TikTok. And I got it because it was the slowed down version. So now that I hear the actual version, it makes me kind of mad for some reason because I want the slowed down version. But it was No Lie by Sean Paul and Dua Lipa.
Sean Paul's still making music?
He's still making music.
That's cool. I love Sean Paul.
He's still doing his shit. I love it.
Okay. Wait. So, but No Lie was remixed, you said?
Yeah, it was. That's actually where I got it from because this is looking at my playlist. This is before I started listening to the radio again because I've been doing that more often.
You're so old.
I know. I can tell because I have a lot of Ed Sheeran, Depeche Mode,
oh my god,
Lumineers, and then all of a sudden it's Thought Shit and No Lie. So I'm like, that's when I started listening to the radio again.
All that modern music's leaking its way in.
Oh yeah, slowly but surely. But also too, and I wouldn't really call this like remixing music, but maybe like remixing their own style. So you remember, what's it? Carmen.
Yeah.
It had Broken Hearted and Hello and all that.
Queen Herb or whatever.
Yeah, Queen Herbie. She's like, I feel like she kind of took the style that Carmen was and kind of changed it up, and Instagram and TikTok allowed her to kind of like play with her music more because I follow her on Instagram. So like going back, she kind of played with her music a lot more, and now it's like she kind of remixed her entire sound and it's kind of riffing off some of her old stuff, but doing just like new style, kind of trendy pop songs. And it's super interesting to see an artist kind of like you can actually trace back and watch them do it on their pages now. Like you can literally watch their growth and kind of their creative process when they're letting go of one thing and starting another.
And moving on to the next thing. Interesting. When you say like changing up, do you mean like by way of her like music production or like lyricism or?
So before, I think you would call them, they were like true just pop music, but now it's kind of like she's leaning more towards rap. Okay. And the production has definitely changed to like acclimate that more because before she did a lot of singing and it was the cool little like pop choruses, but now it's like straight. She just has like a whole bit usually throughout. So there's not too much singing in the choruses as there was before, but it's more of the trendy hip sort of something that you can make a TikTok video to almost.
I think I may have talked about this before, but with like TikTok and stuff, are you familiar with Bo Burnham's show, Zach Stone's Gonna Be Famous? It was from back in like 2013. It was on MTV.
Think so.
Great show. You should go watch it.
I love Bo Burnham.
Yeah, he he has an episode where he plays a kid who's always, he spends his life savings instead of going to college. He spends his life savings on a camera crew to document him as he works to becoming a celebrity, to becoming famous.
Yeah.
And in one of the episodes, the way he's gonna get famous is he's gonna be a musician. But he was like, back in whatever he says, people, if they want to listen to a song, they had to buy a full album. Then I think he said Kenny Chesney comes along, or Kenny Loggins comes along, and people only want to hear their favorite songs on the album. It was like, iTunes helped popularize, and you could buy songs as opposed to the whole thing. And then he says, and now, keep in mind this case takes place in 2013. He says, now people only want to hear their favorite parts of the songs. So he does a whole episode making ringtones or 10-second sound loops of songs, and then just moving on, which was very indicative to what people like nowadays.
Yeah, he kind of called that.
Yeah, like it was the almost, I don't want to say bastardization, but the cynical view of the progression of music. Like, all you have to do is have something to be a hook, and then you can just move on.
And kind of a cynical look on consumers too,
because our attention span is
short. Because like we got what we wanted, but now we're not happy with that. Now we want less and less of a product, but we want more products in general. Yeah, it's like, how many times have you ever been like, oh, I'll check out this YouTube video. Oh, it's like 12 minutes long. I don't know. That literally happened today. Yeah. No, I'm like, I think because I'm trying to stop myself from being that guy, I've gotten better at it. And I'm no longer trying to just listen to individual songs. Like, if I find a single I like, I'm going to then at least listen to bits and pieces of the rest of the album. Like, I'll read this song, listen to a minute or two, not quite into it, move on to the next one. If 4 songs in a row I don't find anything, it's like, okay, clearly this album is not for me. I just like the one single. But yeah, in an effort to not just become a bit, I don't want to say brain dead, but so short attention span. Yeah, so shallow in the things that you like. Right. Yeah. I want. Because there's supposed to be things you like. Mm-hmm. No, I guess there's an argument to be made there of well, yeah, you it's something you like, so you should be able to appreciate it however you want, even if that's in 6-second bursts. But I don't know. I just wouldn't be comfortable saying this song's great for a 13-second chorus and then not know anything else about it, kind of thing. Yeah. I don't know. I hadn't really fleshed out that thought. I'd never verbalized that thought before. It was just something I was doing for myself. So perhaps there are holes in my logic. I really enjoy looking at my Spotify playlist because you can tell when I was on Instagram a lot, because all the songs from Instagram. What Are You Doing Now by Sadie Jean, some Russian remix song by Molochat Doma, Tick Tick Boom by Sage the Gemini and Big 2, and also Bizarrap. That's where I find a lot of Bizarrap's random mixes, but that's how I found out he did one with Snow the Product and Nathy Peluso. You threw out so many names in that speech that I didn't know. I like Sadie Jean. I like Snow the Product. I'm kind of sad Snow the Product came to the rave, and I think I was working, so I couldn't go. But that looked like such a fun show. Sadie Jean's coming to Summerfest. I know. Actually, speaking of Summerfest, did you hear they announced a bunch of other people that are coming for headliners? I heard that it was announced. I did not see who it was. Okay, so get ready for this because this is hilarious to me. So Summerfest announces more 2022 lineups and adding Disturbed, Lamb of God, Chevelle. What other ones did they add? The band Camino. Oh, I love them. I'm so going to go see that. Backstreet Boys. Were they always there? I can't remember to be. I think remember so. Anymore. Oh, were they? Okay. I think. Yeah, Remy Wolf, Zach Bryan, Stone Temple Pilots, Lupe Fiasco. Michael Ray, The Wailers, The Happy Fits. I'm kind of just going through and seeing if I Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. Interesting. That's a badass name. Yeah. The Marshall Tucker Band. Is there anyone else? A lot of these other ones, I have no idea who they are. So interesting, yeah.
That's really cool. I like that they did that.
This year, I think they're just trying to make up for last year, so now this year's just gonna be off the wall, just crazy.
I didn't go to last year, but it just seemed so clunky having it on multiple weekends as opposed to like virtually nonstop for weeks. Mm-hmm. I totally get why they did it. Don't get me wrong.
It was a little awkward, and then everyone's like, "Oh, there's not as many people there that year," but I kind of appreciated it because like sometimes I just don't want to be squeezed together by a bunch of people I don't know.
Yeah. No,
so it wasn't really that bad.
I asked about buddy mine if he was going to be going because I know he's really into music, and he was like, "No, I just really I don't like the festival scene. He likes the, for lack of a better term, intimacy of like an actual show, just one on one with the band. But otherwise, it's like a festival." Hot, sweaty, full of loud people who are always probably drinking and walking around from one place to another, and the band gets like 45 minutes to just get out as much as they can, then they have to move. Then they have to leave and move on to the next person. So like I can totally understand where he's coming from with that.
Oh, agreed. This isn't a remix either, but this is just funny to me. Have you ever heard of "Oops" by Young Gravy? Have you ever heard of Young Gravy?
Like 2 weeks ago, I learned probably a month ago, I learned who Young Gravy is.
This song haunted me in my dreams because it was in a TikTok song. It was a TikTok, but it was before they would put the labels on it of who is who. It just said original audio, so I had no idea who it was, and I couldn't understand enough of it to Google it. And I was just like, whatever, I don't care enough. And then I heard it at the Redneck Rave that I went to last summer with Ty and his friends. And, like, I remember just, like, all of a sudden being like, I know this. This is the song. What are you playing right now? You had an awakening moment. Yeah. It's like, what is this song? And it's haunted me ever since.
Is Young Gravy a comedy rapper? I can't tell. His songs are so over the top. Like, lyrically, he's clearly not, like, openly making jokes, but it sounds like he's parodying the rapper lifestyle, but I can't tell.
I know. I want to say, like, he is a parody rapper, but I really don't know, because just all the songs I heard from him are just so...
They're well made.
Yeah.
But
they're so random, so that's why I'm just like, I don't know. And a lot of them, too, are, like, touch and go. Either you like them or you don't.
Yeah. And, like he has that very, very modern style of rapping. I'm not going to say, like, mumble rap, but it's a pretty damn monotone kind of sound he's making the whole time. But I still like what the sound is. I mean, and shout out, he's from Madison, so. He's from Madison? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's a Wisconsin boy. But no, some of my employees were talking about Young Gravy, and I said, "Who's that?" And they like eyes went wide and looked at me because they were like so excited that they get to be the ones to show me Young Gravy. I don't know, like what's this one famous one, Mr. Clean?
Yeah, Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean. I mean, I like it that they showed me so many Young Gravy songs.
Oh my God. Yeah, Mr. Clean and Oops, I think, are like my go-to examples for Young Gravy, just because like they just sound good. Like, even if you don't listen to the lyrics, they sound hilarious.
Yeah. Cheryl the Gravy Train. Yeah. Here's a song called "Forget Me Thoughts." Instead of "Forget Me Not," it is "Forget Me Thoughts." My God.
Was he the start of like meme rapping?
I mean, could be, but I mean, Lil Dicky's been around longer.
That's true. But then again, the only Lil Dicky song that I have actually fully listened to was the one with Brendan Urie. I think it's called like Molly or something, and it's like a super serious breakup song.
That's the only Lil Dicky song you've heard?
Yeah.
That you listened to?
And I've watched what is this?
Dave.
I've watched his Hulu like show Dave, and still the only song I've heard from him is Molly.
Surely you've heard the song Earth. Mallory was obsessed with that song.
I've heard parts of it for like the commercials and stuff.
Okay. My favorite of his is probably Freaky Friday, where he swaps with Chris Brown.
Freaky Friday. I forget that he was in that.
That was his song. I also like his song Professional Rapper that has Snoop Dogg in it.
Oh my God.
It was the intro track to his debut album. And then his song Pillow Talking. Actually, Pillow Talking gets used in TikTok a lot too. With like it takes place with it's a conversation between two people, and his brain is talking to him. His brain is his own character. Mm-hmm. And he's like, him and this girl just hooked up, and now they're like chatting. They're like, well, what do we do now? And it was like, he's talking about like Pangea and the dinosaurs, and she's like, I'm just saying, according to the Bible, it's like she's very much that way kind of thing. And then his brain goes, this bitch don't know about Pangea. Brain, let it go. And like people use that for like me talking to my boss about it. Yeah, whatever.
Oh my gosh, bitch don't know about Pangea? Why do I love that line so much?
That whole song is great. I mean, it's one of those things where it is a song, but it's also like 10 minutes long. And it's very much like almost a freestyle. He's just rapping the entire scenario as it plays out.
I love that actually so much.
No, it's good. But the point is that Lil Dicky, I think, is the first mainstream, specifically comedy rapper. Like that was his goal. He wanted to make rap accessible for people, and the best way to get someone to pay attention is to make them laugh.
That's
in
very
my
true.
experience, at least. I mean, unless you want to count someone like Bo Burnham, who we know was doing stuff back in 2006, and he would incorporate rap into his songs, and was oftentimes comedic, but with a message. I don't know. I'm not savvy enough in the hip hop world to know.
I know. Meme rapping and just like kind of meme humor music is something I don't always like pay attention to. So now that TikTok has definitely brought it out more and been like more in your face about it, I think it's now that I'm starting to notice it. So if my starting point is Young Gravy, and I don't know if I'm gonna go up from here or go down from there.
I don't know because like I don't know if I I was even just saying this when they were showing me Young Gravy. Like I don't know if I consider him a great rapper or not. I enjoy the music and it's fun, but I don't know, like he's not gonna surpass Jay-Z by way of like GOAT status. I mean, okay, for me it's actually Eminem, but like you know like he's not gonna become one of the greats, but he's certainly like his videos get like millions upon millions of views. So like he's very clearly a successful rapper.
And his music videos are funny too.
Yeah, I love that.
Like they're really good.
Yeah. And then I mean, I guess you have to. I guess it would just come down to what do you consider meme rapping? Like, is it just comedy rapping? Is it like actually using songs to be bits and jokes? I mean, because then there are people who are actively going over the top to be fun with it, like Hollywood and Dead.
Yeah.
Like.
Everywhere.
Exactly. Everywhere I go, but the song and video were meant to be hyperbolic rap songs. Like they were meant to be so over the top.
Yeah.
Of course, then they ended up becoming a good song, and the music video actually looks pretty damn stunning. So it's like, damn it, you cared so little. You cared so little that it looks like you tried really hard.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's actually kind of funny though.
But it's like, would you consider that a meme rap song? Like, I personally wouldn't.
I wouldn't, because they didn't know quite what they were doing with it. Like I feel like the idea of memes have been around for a very long time, and we've seen kind of its inception from being like word of mouth jokes to now like the online presence that it is.
For sure.
But I don't think a lot of media like kind of paid attention or was able to be a part of the inception until like platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Vine, and Facebook came around to kind of get it out there. So I think now artists are noticing it because it's on these popular platforms, and obviously we enjoy it because it's like taking over our language. And I think that's where you start to see more of like artists kind of participating in the meme. And so I don't think Hollywood and Dead was like meant to participate or like create a meme. I think they are a meme in themselves. Let's be honest here.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'm curious though, in your opinion, do you think them incorporating that culture into their music, do you think that's a natural progression of the state of things, or do you think they're trying to capitalize on it? Because then there's also like George Watsky, who never inherently did like comedic or meme rapping, but he was known for
Watsky, I know that one.
He can rap so incredibly fast.
Yeah, I remember he was at Warped Tour one year, and what was the song? I think his song is called Fireworks or something to that effect. Not the Katy Perry one, but I think it was called Fireworks. And it was either on the 2013 or 2014 Warped Tour album. But yeah, he raps so fast.
Yeah, and like his video, again, it was not meant to be like comedic, but people like really enjoyed it for like the novelty of it. Like, people always accused him of speeding up his video, so he filmed a video with his cat in the room. So that's to show like the cat's not moving very fast, only my lips are.
Yeah. That's actually kind of crazy though to think about that now, because the only other like super fast rapper would be what, Eminem, and who's that one guy from Look at Me Now?
I have no idea.
I can't remember who it was either. But like those types of rappers are insane to me because I can barely talk normally as a human being.
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes.
Did he also do the Turkish rap? Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the I don't know why I thought Turkish rap. It's Tech Nine's Worldwide Choppers, which has Busta Rhymes in it, and he goes wild with it. I mean, then there's people like who I would argue, and people who also have their names because of how fast they can rap, like Machine Gun Kelly. He was named after the gangster because he could spit bars so fast it was like a machine gun. Yeah. And I admit he's by no means a slow guy, but like he's not one of the greats.
He's no means slow.
Like he isn't like a Ty Dolla $ign or anything, but he's whatever. But I also feel like nowadays people use talking fast or confuse talking fast with being a good rapper. Mm-hmm. Like, because there's definitely a novelty to it, but like when you're rapping fast, usually you can keep it at one note because you're cramming in so many things. People aren't so focusing on the melody of what you're doing. Yeah. But like you aren't diversifying. You aren't putting as much importance into the lyrics because all you're trying to do is get them out, not make them be heard. Yeah. And then usually a fast rapper is not a very good freestyler. Because they have to put so much thought into how they can squeeze their words in that just having them naturally flow and come out doesn't exactly happen.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, I'm not an expert in that world either. And some people would argue you don't have to be a freestyler to be a good rapper. Some say that's the only thing that makes you a good rapper because anybody can read a script kind of thing. But if you can freestyle, then you're good. I remember people were making a big deal. It was proof that Iggy Azalea wasn't a good rapper for her freestyle. She did on some radio show. And admittedly, it was really bad.
Yeah, it was not good.
Then you got people like fucking Childish Gambino. That dude, I love that dude's freestyling. He's really talented.
I like a lot of his music is hit or miss to me, but I really like the fact that he tells a lot of interpersonal stories. Like the one that I first heard from him is Heartbeat. Yep. And I fucking love that song. And then someone was like, oh, by the way, this is the background, like this is the context in which the song takes place. I'm like, that makes this like it makes so much sense. Yeah. But you don't need to know the context of it for you to still know what's going on in the song.
That was from Because the Internet, yeah? Or was that the album before it?
I think it might be the album before it. I'm not sure. I just remember it has like Camp. I think it's from the album.
Oh, it's from the EP Camp?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Camp is his debut album. I thought that was an EP. Okay. Oh, no, EP was his first EP, actually. Because that's the one that has Freaks and Geeks on it. But Heartbeat is from Camp. Shit. See, like when I think Camp, my knee-jerk reaction, I'm sure for a lot of people, is Bonfire. Yeah. But throwing this back to remixes, an old friend of mine showed me a remix where they took the lyrics to Bonfire and put it behind a hip-hopified version of the Stranger Things theme song.
How'd that go?
Really well.
Really?
Yeah, to the point where right now I can't tell you what Bonfire's beat is. I can only think of the Stranger Things song intro.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was actually funny though too. Speaking of remixes,
the topic of the video.
Yeah, the topic of the show. This is actually like a YouTube remix though that I recently refound because I was talking to Ty about Miss Murder.
By AFI?
Yeah, by AFI. And I'm like, the reason I refound or rediscovered AFI, because I think it was too young to remember everything. And this was before like you could have iPods and MP3 players and stuff like that. Yeah. So you just, either you've remembered the song or you convinced your parents to buy the album, but I couldn't remember anything. So it went for a while without remembering AFI. Yeah. And then it was the remake of it was the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street that I've refound AFI.
One.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
They have a song in that?
No. So a fan on YouTube made a song and remixed it with the hook of Prelude from AFI on their December album.
I love Prelude 1221.
Yeah, it's so good. And like they kind of crossed that over, and then they made their own music video with scenes from the movie, and it's all about like stuff in your dreams aren't real, like sticks and stones can break your bones, but like the dreams can't hurt you. But then it has Freddy Krueger being like, I'm coming for you and shit like that. I'm like, this is so good. And then when I was looking to find the original version of the Prelude, I found Miss Murder, and I was like, holy shit, I found it.
That's all. I have to look. You said you found it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Does it still exist?
Yeah, I found it not that long ago. Although it's under a different name. I saved it before, but now it's under like a different name. So I think when I looked it up, it was I can't even remember when the original Nightmare or the remake came out.
That came out in 2010.
Oh, in 20. It did?
Yep. It's been 12 years since we've seen Freddy Krueger.
Honestly, I loved everybody who was in that, so it's kind of upsetting that it did not work out.
Although I suppose we have Scary Terry from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, why is Scary Terry actually more scary than
Freddy?
Than Freddy.
Before I had seen 2 through 5 of Nightmare on Elm Street, I'd only seen 1 in the remake and parts of Freddy vs. Jason. I thought Scary Terry was just like an over-the-top parody with the way he finishes almost every sentence with "bitch." But no, in those cheesy sequel movies, Freddy Krueger called people bitch a lot.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. I heard Evanescence there.
Yeah, why is Evanescence taking all this over? Oh, I found it! It's literally just called New Song Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street Soundtrack 2010 exclusive. But yeah, it's the AFI song. It's so good.
And like that kind of remix doesn't actually add any new music. It just manipulates what AFI already had going on. Then he does his bars over it. I'm like, that's really interesting because he doesn't have to necessarily like AFI's original vision he was cool with. He just wanted to change it up a bit. He wasn't like, oh, they were missing this, so he added that. I mean, there was one synth sound at a certain point, but like I like how all it was primarily a manipulation of the bass song itself, not for lack of a better term, a sample, you know.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's from I guess it's from Bodhi the Apollo.
Also, I just love how people name YouTube remixes because, like, in the name this, it'll be like the full, like, Doja Cat, Slow Down, this version, that song. Mm-hmm. And this one's just new song. And it's like,
exclusive.
Exclusive. I'm like, oh, fuck. We don't know who this is.
Yeah. Speaking of exclusive, apparently they're closing.
Exclusive.
The record company.
Oh, really? I was just there for work. Yeah.
Record store, not record company.
That's so weird. I was just there and they just had some dude from Spoon like DJing while they were doing events.
Well, and so like that same weekend you were there, they were also doing a record sale. I guess it was like National Record Day or something like that. But yeah, it was also like they're trying to run stock out, is what I hear through the rumor mill. I've not actually heard anything official on that. And it would just be the Milwaukee location, not the whole place. Well,
go to Exclusive on Farwell because honestly, lots of cool things there. Yeah. I almost spent all the money I just made that day on records, but I don't have a record player at the moment, so
you're a hipster, okay. Yeah. A fake hipster.
Might just buy my grandpa's, I don't know.
There you go.
Be like, can I use your record player? I have like 5 records I want to play nonstop. Thanks. Oh, okay. Speaking of, I don't know why thinking of my grandpa, I've thought of emo night. But here we are.
That was friggin' dope. So yeah, a few weeks ago, you may have seen posts on social media. A local arcade bar that we like going to a lot had an emo night, which all that is they play emo and punk music and then have themed cocktails. There's nothing really else notable about it.
But it happens at an arcade bar, so already we're starting off strong.
Freaking awesome. I had so many cocktails. I had so many Drink 182s. It was awesome.
I can't remember what mine was called. Something Inc. It was a Killer's reference.
Oh, I know what you're talking. I don't know what it was called. The only other name I remember is I Write Gin, Not Tragedy.
Yeah, that one was a good one. I'm not gonna lie, that was clever.
I had forgotten to paint my nails for that night, so B Sharpied them in for me, and it wasn't until like just 2 or 3 days ago when the Sharpie was finally all gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sharpie is
It lasted a
hard
hot
one
minute.
to get rid of.
Which means like when I had to go to like brunch with my family and like have a meeting with my boss's boss, my nails still had like things on there. But my mother even said, "Oh, I just thought you like bruised your hand in something." That's very kind of you.
Oh my god, I thought you bruised all of your fingers.
But yeah, no, that was a cool night. That we had them play "Welcome to the Black Parade" directly at midnight. We all left at like probably 1:30.
Yeah,
like that.
about.
I mean, well, no, Zach left a bit earlier because he had to work in the morning. I mean, I think we all had to work the next day.
Yeah.
Screw it.
Hey, I think we did pretty good though.
Yeah, no, that was fun. And I also like towards the end of the night, just hearing like the only people who were still really hanging out were people who were there for the music.
Mm-hmm.
So like even though our group was doing a lot of singing by just ourselves, you could hear other people getting into it too.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was really rad.
And I heard a lot of early Paramore songs. Like I guess I didn't know as many Paramore songs as I heard that night, because I kept going, "Oh, who's this?" And Ty's like, "Oh, this is like early baby Hayley Williams Paramore."
Like pre-Riot Paramore.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah, I heard way more Yellow Card than I thought I would. But like honestly, with the exception of Lights and Sound, I don't really consider them an emo. Oh my god, Lights and Sound, Ocean Avenue.
Yeah, Ocean Avenue. There's one other Yellow Card song that I think of. I think it's off the same album too.
Oh, I meant the album Ocean Avenue.
Oh,
but, yeah,
the whole album, yeah.
Yeah, no, they had played like 3 before you guys even got there, and there's even more. The only one that I know Ty was upset he missed was Hawthorne Heights' Ohio is for Lovers. I raced out of the bathroom. I washed my hands, of course, but I like raced out of the bathroom when the song came on because I was like, guys, this is what I wanted to hear.
I gotta listen to this.
My friends were getting frustrated because, again, like when we first got there, we were just playing games, me, Zach, and B, and I kept winning Connect 4 despite not even like... It didn't seem like I was trying that hard because I was still focused on the music, but I still won every single game I played. Never starting to get mad.
Oh man, what other there was? Oh, they played "Hello Goodbye," "Here in Your Arms."
They did?
Yeah, because I
Oh.
remember I started screaming, and the 2 people that were down at the end of the bar that were also singing along,
Yeah.
like whipped around and was like, "What was
Is she
that?"
okay?
Yeah.
Is she okay?
So I was like, Jesus, I think you just scared people. And I'm still singing and dancing because I did not care.
B did a video of me singing and dancing, but I want to turn the very beginning of it into a gift set because it's when I'm just standing there and then all of a sudden "Sweetness" by Jimmy Eat World comes on and you just see my face.
Oh my God.
So I want to like turn that into a GIF and send it to my coworkers.
That is a look of just pure joy. Oh my God.
I love that song. That's my favorite Jimmy Eat World song. So I was on cloud 9. Yeah, no. Then obviously a lot of Blink, Simple Plan, Sum 41. It was Fall Out Boy. It was a good night. It was a good excuse just to go out and do something a little different. I mean, I guess going to Uptown isn't all that different, but there was a different group of people than I usually hang out with.
Yeah.
Like it was a bit of a hodgepodge.
And it was kind of fun hearing just all that old music again and just being
Yeah.
like, yes, I remember this.
And also like seeing other people also know that older music.
There's
I
so many fishnets and so much black.
Hell yeah.
So much.
Okay, so do you have any other remix things you want to talk about? Because we're already over an hour, but I'm sure there'll be a fair amount to cut out.
Yeah. No, I think I'm good.
All right, cool. I fell off a cliff.
I fell off. That's how you're measuring it?
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, that's probably where we'll finish up this one. We'll have 2 more episodes that are just regular audio podcasts, but then the episode after that, there might be something special for the season finale. But yeah, no, then I showed Dani the secret project I was working on, so I'm going to work more on it, and then those should be coming out by the middle of summer, I'd say, probably. It'll be kind of something to lull over the down period between seasons, and also while Dani and I try to figure out the best way to record this while I live far away.
If you can't tell, I'm really excited about that, though.
She's really excited for me to leave this stage. She
No,
just
not
cannot
you
wait
leaving.
to get rid of me.
Surprise! I'm so excited for that.
I literally showed her like 2 minutes before we started recording. So, well, because it was good because I very much didn't want to get fully into the project and have you be like, oh, I mean, okay, I guess.
Oh no, I love it. It's so cool.
So yes, there are things to look forward to besides just the regular episodes. In the meantime, you can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That might be worth your time in the near future.
I'll probably post a link to that soon.
Cool. And then, we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Sticks and stones may break my balls, but words will never